Wait, hold on. You can make your own coconut oil? How come nobody told me this? I had no idea that you can make your own coconut oil. We're supposed to be family, and you guys did not tell me that this was possible. What's up, my beautiful entrepreneurs? You heard me right. We are going to be making our own coconut oil. This is a cold pressed coconut oil, and make sure you stick around to the end because I have a double whammy with this coconut oil. You won't believe how easy this is going to be. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the video. Now, I know for some of my viewers it's a little bit harder to get your hands on coconut oil, and so I just wanted to share with you how you can make it yourself so that you can start using that within your skincare products and when you're making them yourself. So in this batch that I'm making, I'm using 3 coconuts. And so what you want to do is you're going to want to break open your coconuts, and you're just going to let the water that's within dissipate. So when you are purchasing your coconuts, you want to make sure that there is water in them. So when you're going to the grocery store, you want to shake the coconut, make sure that you can hear water within the coconut, because that means that it is fully matured and ready to be used. From there, you are going to take out all of the coconut from inside of the shell. Now, when you take out the coconut from the shell, you'll notice that there is kind of like that brown skin, that brown shell still around the coconut meat itself. At this point, you can either peel that piece off, or you can just leave it, and all you're gonna do is cut your coconut into little pieces. Now, you're gonna be putting this inside of a blender, so you wanna make sure that you have a pretty strong blender, but we're cutting it up into pieces to make it a little bit easier for the blender to blend everything up properly. And I'll have a blender link down below that will be really great to use in this process. Now, after you have cut your coconut into the pieces, you're gonna put it in your blender, and you wanna cover the coconut with water and leaving like at least like an inch or 2 above the coconut when you put it inside of the blender. If you have to do this in 2 batches because of how much coconut you have, then go ahead and do that. And from there, you're going to blend up the coconut, and you want to blend it for a while. I blended it for at least a couple minutes just to allow it to blend up properly. So it's going to be a white liquid. It's going to be your coconut milk. So from here, you want to strain the coconut meat out of the liquid. And this is going to be coconut shreds pretty much. So I took my strainer and I put it on top of the bowl, and I strained out all of the coconut from the liquid. And from here, you want to also squeeze the coconut meat that you have taken out, because a lot of that water, a lot of that liquid is going to still be within the coconut. So you want to squeeze as much of it out as possible, and you can just do this a couple of times just to make sure you get everything out of the coconut. From here, you can use that coconut shreds for your own personal use, or you can toss it, whichever you prefer. After this, you're going to cover up the bowl that you put the liquid in, and you want to allow this to sit for about 10 to 16 hours. Now, when it comes to this part of the formula, you want to make sure that you're allowing it to sit, because from here is where you're going to see more of like the coconut water and the custard start to separate. Once your 10 hours to 16 hours is up, you want to uncover it, check it, because you'll see this kind of bubbly custard. It's going to be kind of like a grayish, whitish color, and you want to just make sure that all of that is at the top. You're not going to see anything really at the bottom. It's just going to be liquid there. From here, you want to put your bowl in the freezer, and you want to allow for that coconut custard at the top to harden. This is going to make it easier for you to separate from the liquid. So once you've done that, you'll notice that you'll kind of have like a hard piece that you'll be able to take out and put into a separate bowl. If you have more pieces that start to fall inside of the liquid mixture, you just want to strain all of those pieces out, because that's where all of your oil is. So you want to strain as much of that out as possible and put that in a separate bowl. Once we've done that, you're going to cover it again, and now you're going to cover it for about 6 hours or overnight. You're gonna cover it and leave it in a warm place. Now, I was talking to my grandmother about this, and she did not let me know that she knew how to make coconut oil as well. And back in Jamaica, this is something that they used to do in order to have cooking oil. And she told me that all they would do was cover it and put it outside and allow it to sit, and then it didn't need to do it for as long as 6 hours, because they're in Jamaica, it's hot, so they don't need that length of time of 6 hours in order for everything to separate properly. Now, once everything has separated in that 6 hours, you'll notice that you have 3 layers. The top layer is going to be fat. So you're gonna see the fat on the top. Then you're gonna have your coconut oil on the 3rd layer. Then at the bottom, there's gonna be more custard and moisture. So once you've taken that fat custard off of the top, now you want to strain that coconut oil from the custard that is left over. You don't want to dig at the bottom, but what you want to do is take out a spoon and you're going to spoon it. This part is a little bit tedious, but you're going to want to spoon out the coconut oil in this part and just put it in the bowl that you want it to stay in at this point. And you're going to let that sit aside. And when you let that sit aside, then you're going to allow it to just cool down and sit at room temperature. And from here, this is where you're going to get your coconut oil. This is cold pressed coconut oil, and it's really lightweight. It's really soft. It feels so great on the skin. Once you allow it to cool and you get the firm consistency that you normally get with coconut oil, this is perfect. Now, hold on. There is more that you can do with this process. So all of that fat, if you remember all that fat that we took off the top and that custard we left at the bottom, what you're going to do here is put that mixture in a pan, and you're going to allow the custard and all of that moisture to come out of the oil. And as you allow it to heat up on the pan, you're gonna see that custard start to firm up and harden to make it easier for you to take out of the pan. But from here, you're going to notice that it's all starting to harden. You're gonna see the coconut oil start to firm up that custard so you can be able to take it out. To take your strainer again and strain out all of that custard that is left over. Now you have fractionated coconut oil. It was just that easy. You were able to make coconut oil 2 ways. I think that's really awesome. And now you have your fractionated coconut oil and you have a cold pressed coconut oil. Now, making your own coconut oil is super simple and easy, but if you're looking for more natural oils that you can have for your skincare business, watch this video here where I discuss 5 natural oils that are great for your skincare business, and I'll catch you in the next one.